Huh? Hang on. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine.
Yeah. In a white shirt.
Gosh, guys, it's just a basketball game. Jeez. All right, fire away.
I know it's a short trip. Describe how you feel about it.
Describe the trip. Well, same as always. We ate and then we got on the bus, and 40 minutes later we were here. So not much to tell.
Coach, what's this team's mood going into the next round, and how much fun is this for you and your team?
Well, I think the fun should start right now. I always think there's always pressure the first weekend, to get to the second weekend, because really the NCAA tournament, it starts for everybody, when the tournament play begins. But the reality of it is, you're spreading the wealth between 68 teams, and now it's just 16, and so the attention is highlighted, and certainly the experience, I think, is heightened the second weekend, and so we're excited. The guys have a good frame of mind. A little tired, to be honest. I mean, because we don't get back till late on Sunday night, and then just one day off, and then had a pretty good practice, hard practice today. But we'll be ready to go.
Coach, a lot of people talk about Caleb and Isaac in the front court, but overall, what stands out when you see Purdue?
I would say balance. Everybody talks about those two, and rightfully so. They combine for basically 30 points in about 50 minutes, and obviously close to 20 rebounds in 50 minutes. So that's a lot. That's a lot. But the reality of it is they're balanced at every spot. They got 5 guys shooting above 40% from 3. They may be as good an offensive team as we played all year. And certainly they played through their bigs, but everybody talks about playing through their bigs, but Caleb's averaging 12 shot attempts a game, and that means that they have balance, and you got to worry about their bigs, but you can't rest on those other guys, because any of them are capable of getting making 4 or 5 threes in a game because they have such good balance.
Even though it's a short drive and it's close to campus and all that, do you still treat it like you guys went away, or how do you
you know what, man, I hadn't even thought about that. I want our guys to be totally comfortable. Last time we came over here, we obviously didn't play well, but to answer your question, I guess we are treating it like we're away, because we came over 2 days before. So and we'll get our bellies full tonight, at the Capitol Grill, and treat our guys like kings there for at least a couple of hours, and then it'll be all business tomorrow.
You remember your trip to the NCAA tournament as a player. What is it like for these guys? I mean, they work so hard, and then here's March Madness.
Back then it wasn't near the exposure and whatever. I only played one tournament, and we were first round. We were outed in the first round by Princeton, but it is a great experience. So much of it's made road to the Final Four. It seems like every ad on TV is some promoting the tournament, and whether it be dancing or road to Final Four or whatever. And so I think it's ingrained in the guys' minds that this is the reward of hard work. But the real reward of hard work would be winning 2 more this weekend, and one of these 4 teams will be fortunate to do so, and then you get to experience something that is off the charts good. So this is great, but there's still better out there.
Coach, you didn't have the option to stay at home if you wanted to, right? I mean, you have to. Did you wanted to be here and
oh yeah. We wanted to. Matt brought it up, but we wanted to feel like a tournament game. We don't stay at home when we play. Over here in December. So we always treat, if we play away from home anywhere, we always treat it like a road game. So we weren't going to change up. But I think by rule, I think you have to be here and stay here because of the media obligations.
Coach, you're a veteran when it comes to being in tournament play. You've won a national championship. Can you tell by the demeanor of this team if they're just looking at it the right way, not too hyped up, but serious and focused?
Yeah, I actually like our mindset. regardless of situations, you don't care. I mean, you don't get to the Sweet 16 unless your guys care a lot. And all 16 teams, have a team full of guys that it means a lot to them. And it's going to mean even more as you move forward and you can see the finish line. But last year we had an unbelievable mindset. We were focused, we were loose, and we didn't make shots our last game against Villanova and lost by a possession. This year, who knows if we'll make shots, but I sense the same type of attitude. I didn't think we played well against Michigan State for 28 minutes, but I thought we played so hard, just like they did, that it was still a non-rhythmic game, but we were still kind of semi-had control. But I loved how we finished the game, and hopefully that'll be some momentum moving into this weekend.
Since you guys are a little tired, like you said, is it a huge deal you got the #1 seed? Because you would have had to travel today, far away somewhere.
You know what? I don't know, but maybe. I mean, you guys, a lot of hypotheticals. I don't know if the 1 seed had a lot to do with that or whatnot, because the reason that you would be a little tired is because you're playing Sunday, Thursday as opposed to Sunday, Friday, or Saturday, Friday. So, but we like being in Kansas City. We like exactly where we're at.
Coach, you talked a little bit, you liked the way your team finished. Your team had a lot of great finishes. You've even scored 14 points in the final 2 minutes. Those battle tests, is that preparing you for those lulls that can happen in tournament time?
I hope so. I don't know that there's an exact formula. A lot of people think, if you play too many close games, it wears your guys down. A lot of people think you can't win in March unless you've been battle tested, and certainly we've been battle tested. That doesn't guarantee us playing well or playing smart, but there's not going to be a ton of things that can be thrown at us that we haven't seen before. Now that doesn't mean a coach couldn't scheme something that we haven't seen before. I'm just talking about situations, whether you're up or down or whatever it is. So I got to see it. I got to see that as a positive. And teams sometimes have a tendency to get tired late season, and you can look at like last year it was Frank wearing down at the end. I haven't heard anybody say things like that this year. So I think our team may be a little stronger and fresher.
Have you seen a guy like the 7'2" guy, Haas?
Yeah, he was in, was it Rocky IV? Ivan Drago. But yeah, I must break you. But he was, this guy's a lot bigger. We recruited Isaac some out of high school, and he's a monster. He's a great, great looking athlete, and certainly he's improved so much. Matt and his staff know what they're doing, because they run a lot of clever, unique things to be able to get the ball and isolate him and Caleb on the post, and they're both, they can both play together too, and Caleb's gotten so good away from the basket. It's a tough matchup. Other teams in their league had trouble matching up with them, and we're not a particularly big team, so we've got to do some good things in order to be able to match up.
Does it help at all that you played Michigan State, Nebraska, Iowa State a couple of times? Does that help you guys?
I don't think so. No, it helps.
Yeah.
But I don't think we played teams with size. Even Kentucky played a small 4-man a lot of times, or Nebraska.
Teams that face them.
Oh, teams that face them, yeah. Maybe. When we played those teams, it was that was almost a season ago. Yeah. So, but I do think it helps. The thing that's different is we're playing it. They don't always play big. They play small just as much as they play big, and they have a 4-man like Josh that can play the 3 or the 4, and Edwards is terrific. And so it's just a well-balanced team. They put together a really nice team.
All right, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, guys. Gary, if you want to report, I'm going to go lay down and take a short nap. I'll be up 30.